Hello students, welcome back. We are looking at number system exercise 1.5. Let us look at the first question. Classify the following as rational or irrational. Just a quick revision. If you are taking two numbers, remember two numbers here if that are rational and you are performing operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and divisions. The rational numbers, if the two are rational numbers, the output is going to be a rational number. If you are taking two irrational numbers with the same operators, the output may be rational or irrational. And when you are using a combination of these two numbers, that is a rational and an irrational number, the output will always be irrational. But here in our exercise, we might have more than two numbers, so we will accordingly solve. Now the first one is 2 minus root 5, which is a combination of a rational and irrational number, where 2 is rational and root 5 is irrational. So obviously without a doubt the output is going to be irrational. Therefore this term is irrational. Now take a look at the second one. We have 3 plus root 23 and minus root 23. You can further expand this bracket as follows. So you will get this as 3 plus root 23 and minus root 23. So if you notice, your plus root 23 and minus root 23 are going to cancel. Now you will be wondering that I told you if you are using a rational and irrational number, the output will always be irrational. But there we were talking about two terms, right? Here we have three terms, root 23, root 23, minus root 23. So there are three numbers that are taken into consideration. Earlier when we described, there were only two numbers into consideration. So which is why this is cancelling and I have 3, which is a rational number. Similarly, you have 2 root 7 and upon 7 root 7. Now if you notice, root 7 and root 7 will cancel. So I am left with what? 2 upon 7. Both these numbers are rational, so again my output is rational. How about 1 upon root 2? We are taking two terms, the numerator is rational and the denominator is irrational. So obviously my output is going to be irrational, therefore this fraction 1 upon root 2 is irrational. Then I have 2 and pi. So 2 is getting multiplied with pi. 2 is my rational number and root pi and pi is my irrational number. So you're combining these two, output is going to be irrational. So pretty simple, isn't it? Now let's proceed to the second question, wherein you need to simplify the following expressions. I'm going to do it on this side of the board. So let's take the first one, where I have 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. So I am going to expand this. This is going to be 3 into this entire bracket plus root 3 into this entire bracket. So I get 3 into 2 plus root 2 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. So this is what 3 into 2 will give me 6 and plus 3 into root 2 will give me 3 root 2. Similarly, plus root 3 into 2 will give me 2 root 3 and root 3 into root 2 will give me plus 3 into root of 3 into 2. So further expanding, what do I get? 6 plus 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3 plus root of 6. So this is my answer to the first question. Let's take a look at the second one, where I have 3 plus root 3 and 3 minus root 3. So 3 plus root 3 into 3 minus root 3. Now this is similar to a plus b into a minus b, which is nothing but a square minus b square. So this is going to be 3 square minus root 3 the whole square, which is 9 minus 3, which is equal to 6. Simple. Let's proceed to the third one. So what do I have? I have root of 5 plus root of 2 the whole square. So root of 5 plus root of 2 the whole square. This is nothing but a plus b the whole square, which is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So what do I have? Root of 5 the whole square plus 2 root of 5 into 2 which is root 5 into root 2 into root 2 the whole square. This is equal to root 5 the whole square is 5 plus, this is plus, so this is 5 plus 2 root 10, root 2 the whole square is 2. So this is equal to 5 plus 2 will give me 7 plus 2 root 10. So my answer to the third question is 7 plus 2 root 10. Let's take a look at the fourth one. I have root 5 minus root 2 and root 5 plus root 2. So root 5 minus root 2 into root 5 plus root 2. Again, this is similar to my second question, which is a plus b into a minus b into a plus b, which is nothing but a plus b into a minus b. So this can be written as a plus b into a minus b gives me a square minus b square, which is root of 5 the whole square minus root of 2 the whole square, which is 5 minus 2, which is equal to 3. So therefore I have found my answers. This is answer to question 1, this is answer to question 2, this is answer to question 3, and this is answer to question 4. Simple. Let's proceed with the third one. Recall pi is defined as the ratio of circumference, say C, of a circle to the diameter, say D. So pi is represented as a ratio of the circumference to the diameter. This seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational. How will you resolve the contradiction? Now pi is equal to C upon D. Just notice one thing, that whenever you are taking any measurements using scale or any other device, you always get an approximate value which is a rational number. So you may not realize whether C or D are, either of them are irrational. Therefore, there is absolutely no contradiction that pi is irrational. Pi is always going to be an irrational number. Let me write down the solution so that you can write it in your books. Whenever you take measurements using a scale or any other device, you get an approximate value. You get an approximate value. And this value is a rational number, which is a rational number. Therefore, you may not realize that either C or D are irrational. So you might never know that C or D are irrational. Therefore, there is absolutely no contradiction that pi is irrational. Okay. So with this we have completed question number 3. Let's proceed with question number 4. I'll erase the board quickly. Okay, we need to continue with question number 4. Represent root of 9.3 on a number line. So how are you going to solve this question? Remember, we did this in our previous solved examples. You will take a length AB using your ruler of length 9.3 units. You can take it as 9.3 centimeters or 9.3 inches. I think in your books you should take 9.3 centimeters because 9.3 inches might not fit in your book. So this length will be 9.3, okay, units. I am taking units but writing centimeters for your reference, and I extend this line B by 1 unit, which is 1 centimeters, and I call this point C. So this is 1. So this entire length becomes 10.3. Now I take my center over here, which is going to be 10.3 divided by 2. So 10.3 divided by 2 is going to give me 2 5s are 10, 2 1s are 2. So 5.15. You are going to mark your center O. Once you have marked your center O, you are going to take this entire length is from AO is 5.15. Okay. With O as your center and OA is your radius, you will place your compass here and draw a semicircle, and this semicircle will have its endpoints as A and C. Now once you have drawn this semicircle, you are going to place your protractor in such a way that the center of your protractor coincides with point B, and then you will draw a perpendicular from point B to the circumference, and you will call this as point D on the circumference. Then you are going to join OD. This is a right angle triangle. Okay, you will observe that this length is root of 9.3 units. That is BD is root of 9.3. When you do the calculations, that is OD square minus OB square. You will how you can find OD? OD is going to be 5.15 and OB is going to be 5.15 minus 1, which is 4.15. So when you calculate, you will get this as root of 9.3. You can calculate in your books and find out. Once you have done this, just extend this line a little more. Then with B as your center and BD as your radius, so if you place your compass here and BD as your radius, you will cut an arc. Arc on this line. So if you then this length here, that is B to E, will be root of 9.3. Pretty simple. We have done solved examples based on this. Now let's proceed with the last question, which will be question 4. I'll erase the board for now. So the fifth question, we need to rationalize the denominator. So rationalizing the denominator, as we learned, we have to make the denominator rational by multiplying it with its rational factor. Rationalize the denominator. So the first question, I have 1 upon root 7. Now the rational factor of root 7 is root 7. So I am going to say multiply numerator and denominator by root 7. What do I get? 1 upon root 7 into root 7 upon root 7, which is going to give me root 7 upon 7. Therefore, I have rationalized my denominator where 7 is my rational number, right? So this is going to be your answer. Root 7 upon 7 is your answer. Let's take a look at the second question. 1 upon root of 7 minus root of 6. So here the rational factor of root of 7 minus root of 6 will be root of 7 plus root of 6. Therefore, I will say multiply numerator and denominator by the rational factor root of 7 plus root of 6. So what do I get? This is equal to 1 upon root of 7 minus root of 6 into root of 7 plus root of 6 upon root of 7 plus root of 6. So this is going to be 1 into root of 7 plus root of 6, which will be root of 7 plus root of 6, which is my numerator. And my denominator is going to be what? This is similar to a plus b, a minus b into a plus b, which is nothing but a square minus b square. So this is root of 7 the whole square minus root of 6 the whole square, which is equal to root of 7 plus root of 6 upon 7 minus 6, which is 1. So root of 7 plus root of 6 upon 1. So here I have made my denominator rational, where 1 is my rational number. So my answer can be written as root of 7 plus root of 6. Simple. Let's proceed with the third question. You need to rationalize 1 upon root of 5 plus root of 2. So I am going to say now the rational factor of root of 5 plus root of 2 is what? Root of 5 minus root of 2. So I am going to say multiply numerator and denominator by root of 5 minus root of 2. What do I get? I get this equal to 1 upon root of 5 plus root of 2 into root of 5 minus root of 2 upon root of 5 minus root of 2. Now 1 into, let us take a look at the numerator. 1 into root of 5 into minus root of 2 will give me root of 5 minus root of 2 itself. So root of 5 minus root of 2, and the denominator is nothing but a plus b into a minus b, which is a square minus b square. So root of 5 the whole square minus root of 2 the whole square, which is equal to root of 5 minus root of 2 upon 5 minus 2, which is equal to root of 5 minus root of 2 upon 3. Hence I have rationalized my denominator to 3. 3 is a rational number. So let me box it up. This here was my answer. Okay, I am erasing this section to do the last sum of your exercise. I hope you have taken a look at it. If not, please take a look. Right? So the fourth sum, I need to rationalize 1 upon root of 7 minus 2. Now notice that you have one term as the root and the other term which is not a root. But finding the rational factor is not difficult. You have to take these two terms with only a difference of sign. So I will say multiply numerator and denominator by root of 7 plus 2. Isn't it? Therefore, what do I get? 1 upon root of 7 minus 2 into root of 7 plus 2 upon root of 7 plus 2. This is equal to, now let us take a look at the numerators. You have 1 into root of 7 plus 2, which will give you root of 7 plus 2 itself. So what do I get? Root of 7 plus 2, and again here the denominator is similar to a minus b into a plus b, which is a square minus b square. So this is going to be root of 7 the whole square minus 2 square, isn't it? So this is equal to root of 7 plus 2 upon 7 minus 4, which is equal to root of 7 plus 2 upon 7 minus 4, which is 3. Therefore, my denominator has become rational, and this is my answer. Okay. So with this we wind up exercise 1.5 of number systems. We will take a look at the remaining part of your chapter in the forthcoming lectures. Thank you.
Hope this video increased your knowledge. For more such videos and a completely free educational content, log on to www.epathshala.org or visit our ePathshala YouTube channel. We have each and every question solved for maths, physics, chemistry and biology. So subscribe our channel, share with your friends, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter handle for regular updates and important educational tips. and also win ePathshala goodies. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel and enjoy the freedom of education.